not only has Germany got these budget challenges, but it's also got the challenge of a housing market going into a reverse after 10 good years or 10 plus good years. And it's got the ascendancy of China. Where does this leave Germany? Because it strikes me, having had a glorious decade, it faces a really tough decade.
The glorious decade, and it was glorious 2 decades. And I think it's probably worthwhile just looking back at those 2 decades and see why Germany was so strong, because that explains also why Germany is weak today. Germany was strong for 3 reasons. The first was globalization. Globalization favored Germany. Germany was a strong trading partner, it had large surpluses, so that favored Germany. The second was the supply chain revolution. This was a technical revolution, just-in-time deliveries. They turned their production process into sort of a huge global network, and that network was sort of tuned to the most efficient way. And the third factor was the fact that Germany was able to depress wages while being locked in a monetary union. Germany was the biggest beneficiary of the monetary union, but what they did through domestic welfare reform policies and labor reform policies, they were able to depress their wages. And that worked relatively because no one else did this. You can only become more competitive if others are not doing the same things. And it was this zero-sum game type of economic policy. Now, this is what made Germany strong. It nurtured its sort of high dependency on pretty dubious political relationship. Germany is not a country with natural energy sources, so they got their gas from Russia. They got sweetheart deals with China for exports and investment. They bet the house on the industry. Heavy industry, medium heavy industry, small industry. Basically, it was an industrial strategy. And I remember in 2019, the German economics minister, Peter Altmaier, said that even though Germany had one of the highest shares of manufacturing in GDP, the strategy was to make it even higher. Which I thought was just completely crazy, because this is unsustainable. This was sort of a bubble creation. And then the pandemic came, the war came, the economic circumstances shifted, and this whole thing collapsed.